It's TGI Now time, back again in the K420 studio discussing real authentic truth talk, freedom of speech, and living in the now. Freeing your mind.
One episode at a time.
Shit, we trying.
Boom.
Minutes late.
There we go. Her mic was muted there. Yeah, Rondell's a little late.
Yeah.
A little late. He's just stuck in the matrix again. He needs a portal. You gotta call him. You gotta call him, and then he's gonna pick up the phone.
So he can pick up the phone and be here.
Get out. Then he comes out, and there he is, Rondell.
Hey, Rondell, what's up?
He's got a different outfit on and everything. He's got like a long beard, a big fro. He looks completely different than he does at work. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So, did you see the Charlie Kirk thing on Sunday?
We did a live stream on in your IRC Media.
Yeah, that was really
good. We watched
good.
The whole thing. I had to go play.
I watched the whole thing. It was really good.
But yeah, we did a live stream. We had a lot of people. We had like over 100 some
I
people
heard Mike
watching.
mention Marco Rubio before. He did an amazing job.
Yeah, that one I missed that one.
Yeah, Marco Rubio really he really put in the ballpark.
Yeah. No, I didn't have any of those videos teed up, but I saw Stephen Miller's his speech was like really powerful. He was talking about just putting the darkness on notice. Like, you can't create, you can't do this. What you did was made us so much more powerful. You awakened us.
Oh yeah, pretty much. They all said the same thing.
But he was like just like.
Well, I heard Steve. Well,
yeah, it was powerful.
Good.
Yeah.
But yeah. I just think that one that was very impactful was Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
Very impactful, his message. It was like, wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I mean? It was like, yo.
What's up?
What's up, Doc?
What do
In the house.
The
Right?
We just plugged in. We just plugged in. Talking about the funeral.
You just plugged out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
we just jumped out, Well, we literally just said that. Like, we got to give Rondell a phone and call him, and then pick it up, and then you just show up. There he was.
What's up, boys?
Look at that. Oh, that's funny. You got your non-Matrix outfit and everything.
It's a nice jacket, bro.
That was a nice jacket, bro.
Yeah, that's funny.
Every time you wear it, I tell me the same fucking thing.
That's great.
One of these motherfuckers.
So I went to a Bible study today at Calvary. I did. I haven't. It's funny.
You're gonna love the video I got teed up.
It's funny how I've noticed a lot more people since this Charlie Kirk thing happened. That more people seem to be seeking out God.
Well, this is what I'm going to play for you.
Yeah, and look, Charlie Kirk. I'm not comparing him to Christ by no means. But he was 31 years old. Christ was 33. He was assassinated for speaking the truth. Christ was assassinated for speaking the truth.
Yeah.
He was assassinated by someone that he was trying to help, because Charlie Kirk was trying to help these young men.
Exactly.
The one that killed him, the very man that killed him, that's what Charlie Kirk wanted to touch, wanted to reach out to.
What did I say? Like when I was watching this story of Jesus, I was like, he was telling everybody, I'm telling you the truth.
Right. So what happened with Jesus? He was also crucified by his peers.
Yeah.
He was crucified by other Jews, convinced the Romans to crucify him.
Yeah. Telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Now, I'll play this video. This is perfect right here. So this will lead it in real nice. This lady's, this is good. All right. Good. Getting smoked all day.
Hit that. He hit that bitch and it hit him back.
Wow.
Sit up.
All right. Ready?
Breaths.
You got to listen.
If I could grab your face right now, if I could grab your face, hold you right here for you to hear this message. In the coming days, you are going to be hit with a wave of chaos, a wave of disinformation, conspiracies, fear. Everyone will have a theory. Look at this. Did you hear that? It was staged. It was a blood sacrifice. It's the elites. It's a sign. Stop. Please stop. Please. I'm telling you right now, we are in an elevated spiritual warfare, and you do not have time to get distracted. We have reached a turning point. The tide is shifting. There is momentum in the spirit. And if you are a believer, if you have a voice, God is calling you to use it, not to shrink back, not to argue in the comments, not to chase every rabbit hole. Right now, you have one job. Jesus said, go and make disciples. Go share the gospel. Tell them the good news. That is it. It doesn't matter if you lose followers. It doesn't matter if people roll their eyes. This is your warning. The confusion coming is not human. It is demonic. God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. So don't fall into the trap. Don't take the bait. Don't try to figure out what only God can reveal. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness. And right now, the enemy is so angry because what he meant for evil is backfiring. People are turning to Jesus in droves. Hearts are waking up. Lukewarm faith is being set on fire. And this is not the time to be silent. This is the time to rise. You are Team Jesus right now. Everything else is noise. And if something inside of you is burning right now, like it is me, if you feel that fire being lit, like you're waking up to a whole new mission, please listen to this. If you've been lukewarm, if you've been silent, if you've been stuck in fear or confusion, this is your moment. I've been leading a Bible study on lukewarmness, but starting now, I'm going to go public with it because it's time. If you are ready to be activated, to grow deeper, to walk in boldness and truth, I want you to join me. I'm going to go live every Sunday for a bold, spirit-led Bible study, and I want you there. And if you're saying right now, I'm ready, comment ready in the comments right now, and I will personally make sure that you get the details to join this study. This is your call. This is your confirmation. No shrinking back. I am Team Jesus all day long, and I don't care what you think. Because really it only matters what one thinks, and that is Jesus.
Well,
So you've been saying.
that's what I'm saying. You know, it's just more people seem to be seeking our God. Now look, again, I don't compare Charlie Kirk to a Christ or to anything like that, but he was martyred.
Yeah.
You know, he spoke the truth and he was assassinated. You know, and that in itself brought, I mean, a lot of people that never heard of Charlie Kirk.
Exactly. Yeah,
Now
exactly.
people have.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
people are listening to his message of truth,
Yeah.
message of love and kindness,
Mhm.
debate. He told the guy from CNN, he told him in a text,
Oh, I seen that.
yeah, why
Yeah.
let's disagree
Yeah.
agreeably.
Well, of course.
That really meant something.
Yeah.
That we can disagree as gentlemen agreeably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agree to disagree.
That's what we do here in this show.
That's
we've
what we
had
always-
people. We've had many guests come in here and sit down and,
Me too. I
and go back
disagree.
and forth and went with all kinds of stuff. But in the end, we all still came to a
That's
conclusion.
it.
That
We
was
were
it.
able to agree to disagree, and
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah. 100%.
That's what we need more of.
Yeah. That's all.
That's what lead to peace.
Yeah.
And what did that girl say? She was a peace. That's about.
That's what lead to peace.
Yeah.
When you're allowed to say what you feel and everybody's just like,
All right.
you said it. Anybody feel the same way?
No. Then you just
Somebody in the back.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
There we
That's
go.
it. That's
There you
it.
go, your boy right there.
That's it. No, I mean that's what it
100
comes down
people.
to, you know. And we've offered people to come in here and sit in the show before and sit down with us and have conversations about the things that we're talking about. Some people agreed. I mean, it wanted to join. Some people were like, no, I'm
Yeah, I
good.
already know.
You know. So I mean, but that's fine. But we offer those opportunities. you
Yeah,
know.
because let me tell you something. It's okay. Debate is healthy.
Yes. Yeah.
Debate is healthy. Listening to other people's opinions, going back and forth in a friendly, gentleman-like manner, lady-like manner. You know, hey, let's disagree, but agreeably.
Yeah. I mean,
Let's agree to disagree. Pretty much, it's like you're not going to agree with everything I believe or say. Like I don't agree in everything that you guys believe or
No.
say, but we could do it agreeably.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like, oh, these guys, you know. And that's what's happening. Everything has come to a point where they just shut you off because you don't think like
That's
they
it.
do.
That's it. That's it. And that's fine because we talk about the separation of the wheat and the chaff. What's it? The separation of
chaff.
the wheat and the chaff. So that's what you're seeing is that separation happening. Like I've been talking about for years. There's a separation happening of two realities are splitting in half. There's one that's going to live in love peace,
And fear.
abundance, unity, and there's going to be one that's going to live in fear. And I'm going to take a Tylenol because they said Tylenol causes autism. So I'm pregnant, and I'm going to throw a Tylenol down my throat. That's what you're seeing on the social media. That's the other half. That's the other side. Like, oh, I'm going to spite RFK Jr. and I'm going to take Tylenol because I'm pregnant. And then like I'm going to spite him so it doesn't give me and prove to them that my baby's not going to get autism from taking Tylenol. That's how sick these people are. And I think they're not people. I think that they're demons. And I think that they're Nephilim spirits that are on this planet and they're still here. And the only way this is going to change is by the hand of God. Because there's nobody's going to change what we are witnessing in this moment in time. That's the bottom line, Eddie. That's what I've come to that conclusion. That's my real authentic truth right there.
But that's how come it says, like you just spoke about the people and themselves. But our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities in the air. So whatever spirit they're carrying, that's the struggle.
Exactly.
They're struggling with that, not the person itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I see when I see people doing that. I just look at them and go, wow, like she's a spirit. She's a
you have to. That's how come in the Bible it says one of the gifts of the Spirit is the discerning of spirits.
Bingo. Yeah.
Not discernment, but the discerning of spirits to see which spirit is good or bad. Mm-hmm. Not judging, but you know.
Yeah, you just know.
You just know it. Yeah. Like this is not good.
This is not a good.
This is, and that's a gift.
Yes.
It's called discerning of spirits.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they go into the 12th chapter of Corinthians, they'll find it.
Okay.
It's one of the gifts. So yeah, and that's what we need to do. We need to be discerning. One of the things that I try to stick with is vigilance.
Yeah.
We have to be vigilant. We always have to be aware of danger. The enemy is out there like a roaring lion seeking who he can devour.
Yes.
That's what the Bible said. God has come to give us life and that life more abundantly.
Exactly.
Because we speak about abundance.
Mm-hmm.
You sent me out a video today that was amazing about abundance, how we have to practice not thinking lack, but thinking of abundance.
Yep.
Practice imagining, visualizing yourself in the house or in the car or the life that you want. Visualize it.
Yep.
Practice every day. Yep. And that's when it comes for real.
Yeah. No, you have to visualize.
When we start thinking lack, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that,
Yeah. So I said
it's the worst.
So I told Mike, and then when silver goes to 10,000 an ounce, then we be getting a studio. We'll have a hockey rink.
Oh yeah.
We'll have a piece of property, a New Earth Outreach. We'll have all of that.
I say he want a
hockey rink, everything. Yeah,
he's been talking about a hockey rink in Bureau for a minute.
Right. With ice.
Well, it depends on how much money. If I have enough to do ice, I'll do ice. If it's not enough, then I'll do a nice state-of-the-art roller hockey. Yeah. That's all. Whatever it takes.
Ice is good.
Yeah, ice is good, but it's expensive. So we got to get the economy to come and make it affordable for that. But no, that's we have to. I always picture myself there, like it's going to happen, like we're going to have it, and then
like in my submarine.
Yeah, exactly. Like your submarine, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Like Rondell's submarine. That makes total sense.
Well, when I get this money that's coming to me, I want to help people. I mean, really, I got everything I want, really, bro. Mm-hmm. I may want to get a liveaboard boat just to have another spot by the water. I like it. Staying on Todd's boat has been really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, but that's about it. I don't really want anything else. I have everything that I want, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. And that's when I was talking to Joseph, the guy that preaches, the preacher, Joseph on the side of the road. That's what I say to him when we were talking about like what's going to happen next and like he's like, oh, it's going to be amazing. Like it's going to be so good. There's going to be abundance. There's going to be just everything's going to be so good for everyone. It just depends on what your intentions are with what you do with it.
Right.
So are you going to run out and buy the Lamborghini and go to the club and still live that life? Or are you going to take it and help people, like you said, your intentions? Like, what are you going to do?
I will get rid of the burden of debt, which I plan to.
Well, that'll be going anyway because that's during the Jubilee. But
I'm talking about.
You won't have to pay the debt, Eddie. That's the thing. When the abundance comes. Now. Oh yeah, but that even when the abundance comes, the debt's going to go away. That's the thing.
Because I'll have the abundance.
Exactly, it goes away. It disappears. So it doesn't even exist. There's no such thing as debt. There's no such thing as debt, like Rondell said about peace and then debating. There would be no such thing as debt in that reality, in that world. No taxes, no debt, no IRS. A place of abundance where that there's no burden. There's no
the IRS now.
Yeah, and there's no exploitation. That's what we're being doing. Is we're being exploited. We're being exploited by these powers, like you said. These principalities, these unseen forces, is what's happening. We're being burdened by them. And that's why you have to. I say that. I tell people all the time now. It's like you got to observe and not absorb. You observe what's happening, and then you don't absorb it. You don't take it in. Oh my God, that's so bad.
No.
You observe it and go, oh wow, that's fucked up. Well, I see why that's happening because we're fighting against demonic spirits. We're not fighting against flesh. So that's a demonic spirit. So I don't absorb that. I just observe it and go, oh, okay. And then move along.
Right.
And I think that's the best way. And again, being awake and aware too, like you said, be aware of your surroundings, be vigilant, be awake and aware. That's the key. We were going to name the podcast.
Yeah, we were going to name the podcast
Awake. We were going to AA was Awake and Aware. That was one of the first names. Because then he was like, let's do something about spirituality, maybe something that has to do with sobriety. I was like, AA, Awake and Aware. Which would have been a good name.
Yeah.
But we got TGI now, which is thank God it's now. And so how ironic that we named something that had to do with God.
The present, thank God it's now.
Yeah, and how ironic that it's just
God is in it. Yeah.
We didn't think we would put God in it when we first talked about the podcast. We didn't think that was going to have some kind of...
we always kept it kind of biblical. The Bible's been...
No, we did, but we didn't have it in... It wasn't part of the content. We didn't it was being present, but then we started bringing more biblical parts in it because it became biblical, because what was happening in the world is not political.
Well, it's biblical.
So
everything that's happening.
So every show, I go back and listen, the ones I sent you guys, you can see every show became more biblical, and then you got me back to the Bible, and so I have one outside that I sit where I was sitting this afternoon, and then I do that, but I never did that before. So when you saying people are getting back to Christ and getting back because of Charlie Kirk, you got me back to it because of you.
Okay, thank
so you were already Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
So because you got me back to it, because you're you'd pick it up. I'd say something, go, Eddie, this is what's happening in the world. You say, well, matter of fact, and you pick it up and you start flipping through and you compare it to that. And then I'd be oh shit, that makes sense.
Funny that you say that. I was just thinking, because I told you I wanted to do that podcast.
I know.
That Christ-centered, exercise podcast. And one of the things that I was thinking, so what am I going to name it? And one of the things that I thought about really is that I am nobody. And I want to tell everybody about somebody. So
who can save everybody?
Do you understand? So it's I take myself out of the equation. Don't make the podcast about Eddie. Make the podcast solely about God. So Eddie is nobody in that podcast because it's a God podcast, and I want to tell everybody about somebody, and that being Christ. So, yeah. So I was thinking about names because and I kind of like that. So I'll always start the podcast, and I'm just putting it out there, is that I am nobody, wanting to tell everybody, you, about somebody, Christ, because what happens is that I notice this in a lot of podcasts, is that the host likes to have the spotlight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes we need to get away from it.
Well, that's what I do with the Collective Dream podcast.
And just let God shine.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You know what I mean?
I just bring people guests, and they just tell their story in front of me. I don't use it as a platform.
Right.
I let it be their platform on my
making it about them.
Exactly. That's what it was all about in the beginning. Was that me and Quinn did it, and then we discuss stuff, and then eventually I brought guests in to do it to let them discuss the same things me and Quinn were discussing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to tell people about the spiritual battle, about the frequency and the vibrations, and being able to protect your energy. That was the kind of stuff I wanted to talk, because we don't talk about a lot of that stuff on this show.
No.
So that's a kind of an outlet that for me, even though I don't do it all the time. So that's what you would want to do for what you're doing.
Get more involved and talk more about the Bible, more about exercise and the importance of exercise, and how this is the temple of God, this is the body, and we need to take care of it. That if we don't, we're going to live in a shambled house.
I love it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so everything that we discuss is biblical, because God is in everything. We choose to take him out of it. You know, we choose not to include him in it. We choose not to invite him into our day. That's our choice.
Yeah.
But he's in everything.
That's right.
Regardless if we invite him or not, he is in everything.
He is. Yeah, and that's what people are starting to realize. That's why I said that he is in everything. So like that lady said in that video, is that he's showing you everything. Like he's showing you the truth. And that's why you got to observe and not absorb it. So it's not he's not showing it to you to absorb it. He's showing you to observe it and then tell others about it. See what I'm saying? Because that's what we've been doing. We've been telling others that this is coming. Like there's something.
Oh yeah,
happen.
that's what the whole podcast has been about.
Exactly. So it's been
warning.
Like that warning, that part of the awakening in our community. You know, even though we have listeners all over, most of our core listeners are here in the river. They're in our backyard, and that was the whole point of the idea. Was like we want to have people locally hear what local people have to say about what's happening in the world. You know, and that it is biblical, and that it does help you get back to God, to Jesus, to Christ, to Buddha, to all those different higher selves and whatever you want to call them. Everybody has that purpose. Like Rondell said, you can call whatever you want. You know, you can call whatever name you want. Prime creators, what a lot of people say, that you were made in the creator's image. You know, and so that's, you know, and Rondell, when we first started, Rondell was telling his mom made him read the Bible and all that stuff about it. I was like, what? I was like, oh shit. My mom made me go to Catholic school just because of that, because he wanted me to have a base. She wanted me to have a base. Exactly. You know, you don't want to have that where you don't might be an atheist and you just like, oh, this is it. We just come here and we just live and then we die and that's it. That's not the case. You know, we came here for another purpose. We came here for something much bigger than that. Than to come here and live and die. And we're witnessing it now. That's why I told you 2 years ago on September 25th, which is tomorrow or the next day, was the deadline for the evil spirits to be done. Like to come clean, to come forward and say, I did this and I'm sorry and I repent. The deadline's up. These Nephilim spirits, whatever they are, it's up for them. It's over. God already won this thing. He said, now we're just going to bear witness to it. Right. Now I'm going to show you how I did it. Because I already did it. It's already done. IRS, the whole 9 yards of the matrix. I've already dismantled the whole thing. But now I'm going to show you. And that's what's happening. Either she's showing you every day there's something going like I'm dismantling. Oh, look, Tylenol and vaccines caused autism. See, they destroyed my children. These Nephilim spirits were destroying my babies.
But that's the whole point. They asked our kids. I mean, that's the other thing about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was after the young people. Young men to create families, get married, and have a family, and that was his main message.
And that's been his main message.
Same people that they're after, the young. They want the future. That if you get the young, you get the future.
But he was promoting marriage and family.
Yeah. And going against what they want.
What they want is that they don't want marriage.
No, they don't want blue hair and be gay.
Right. They want you to be a trans. They don't want you
to go down,
procreate. They don't want you to have children.
Yeah, and that's the whole point.
That's why abortion is so, they're so big on abortion.
Yeah. And that's when things change. When Ruth Bader Ginsburg died and they overturned Roe v. Wade, that's when things started to change for this place. That's when God was like, oh, okay, now it's not legal. It's not legal to kill my creation anymore.
Right.
Like God started to have our back again. Before God turned his back on us because
God never turns his back on us.
But
what he does is that he let things happen.
Yes.
Like he stands back and he watches.
Exactly.
He lets things happen and he wants to see how you react.
Yep.
How long is it going to take you to call on him?
Yes.
Where are you at? Can you handle this? I'm here. I'm right here. I always say, when the worst things happen to me, when I first got saved, when I first became a Christian, I really started getting involved in the Bible. I was hungry. I had that fever, like that young Christian fever. Anyway, so I remember and how I used to feel, as a Christian. You know what I mean? Like, I can't explain it. All I'm saying to you is that we need to recognize that if you're going to do something, do it. You know what I mean? Oh. If it's in your heart to follow, because I tell people all the time, man, it's an easy choice.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It was like when you get locked in on something It like you find out one thing, it unlock another door. That door just drags you in. That another door drag you in. It's like, dang, this shit just getting crazy. Like, I love this shit. Like, just knowing what's happening. It's just,
and then once you know, you know.
Once you know, you know.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Once you know, you know. And that in itself is amazing, bro.
Yeah. No, that's
just knowing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I was talking today. Well, they didn't say anything, but they were talking about doubt. And as they were talking, I thought about something. I looked up the word doubt.
Yep.
Now, doubt is being uncertain.
Mm.
So what is that the opposite of?
Certainty.
Faith.
Yep.
Because faith is being sure of things hoped for and certain of things you do not see. So the opposite of doubt is faith.
And what did I just say?
What's the opposite of fear? So if you notice, all these things are the opposite of faith.
Yes.
They're attacking our faith.
And what did I just say earlier? The uncertainty that I just said that I got that certainty that God's already won, having the faith to know that it's taken care of, that it's all going to be great, and that you're just going to have to witness it. And that's where it comes down to. That's the faith that you just said. You know, of the unseen. You know, that's it. That's, you know.
But, you know, it says also in the Bible that without faith, it's impossible to please God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people think you get faith by works. It doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. Faith, when you have faith, you get works. You do works because of faith. But you don't get it because of that. Yeah. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing that of the word of God. Yep. That's what the Bible says. I ain't say it. Faith comes by hearing that of the word of God. That's how faith comes, by listening to God's word, by hearing it, speaking it out. Like when you read it, read it out loud. Yeah. This way you can hear it. Yeah. And that's how your faith grows. Yeah. Fear grows another way. Fear grows here. Yeah. The same way they put doubt, fear into your ear.
And that's what I started to pay attention to too. A lot of these, you know, social media and the stuff that I listen to on the podcast. I started to separate the ones that were pushing more fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Like they were like, oh, it's good, you know, don't worry, this is happening. But they would always just black pill you. Like it was like the fear and then uncertainty, and I call them FUDs, Elmer FUDs, because it's FUD, FUD, FUD. And that's what I just started to realize, and I just start to tune them out.
There's not going to be a civil war.
No, I know.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
What's going, you know, but that's what they keep on. The Democrats keep on talking about civil war, because they're calling it out
because they know that our consciousness,
our consciousness will respond that powerful.
Exactly. So
we remember that which we think we are.
Bingo.
Right.
Yep.
You know, we have to be like if you want to have abundance, you have to be abundance. Mm-hmm. You have to think abundance. You have to concentrate on abundance. Practice thinking abundance. Practice thinking to yourself debt-free. All this stuff. Mm-hmm. You practice it, and you'll see how it comes. What happens is that we get stuck in I'm broke. Things are bad. Look at the economy. Look at President Trump. Look what he's doing. Oh my God, the poor immigrant. We fall into a trap.
Mm-hmm. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Yeah.
FUD. No more FUD. No more FUD. I'm done with the FUD. It's no more FUD. Everything's is going to be absolutely amazing from this point forward.
I got to tell you, it's been kind of amazing already.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because
it all starts now.
What's faith? Again, I'll repeat. In Hebrews 11:1, it says that faith is being sure of things hoped for. Of course, you're going to be happy if you know for sure. It's a sure thing. You know what I mean? Like she's a sure thing. Yeah. This is a sure thing, right? And certain, absolutely certain of things you don't see. So though I don't see it, I'm certain it's there. Absolutely. The abundance, the better life, the happiness, the joy, the peace, all that is there.
Yeah.
And I'm certain of it.
Yeah.
People who have doubt aren't certain. I don't know. Yeah. Things, the economy looks kind of shitty.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you say these things, this is how your life will be, because that's who you are. Yeah. I see you. Yeah. You could have $1 million, but if you think you're broke, you're broke.
Right. Yeah. That's true. Well, speaking of
Oh yeah.
certainty, caps is always a certainty. Always right
You had
there.
that calzone, bro, and I got that turkey club I'm getting ready to tell.
Yeah, that turkey club.
That grandma, bro. Oof.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Delicious. You know that Vincent Stone doesn't do a grandma.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, they do a Sicilian.
Okay, yeah, they do have a good Sicilian.
They make a great Sicilian.
Yeah,
I had gotten one.
Yeah,
but
it's really good. Yeah. Here's an old picture of the first Caps store next to you know where the Cumberland is on Oslo. There used to be a plaza looked like just like that. That was the plaza, and it had a Cumberland Farms in it, and then this is where Caps started. This is right when I first moved here. That's his car right there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it was called Caps Corner. That's so great. I never knew that it was called Caps Corner. Coming soon, Caps Corner.
Wow,
that's great. I love it.
The Yellow Submarine.
Go ahead and share that. It's pretty sweet. That's the Yellow Submarine, whatever was there before. Whatever that was.
Someplace.
Right?
Someplace, yes.
He's choking on a chicken wing over there.
And listen, I've been doing this podcast 4 years. You guys know I cough. I go over there.
I try to shut down the background noise when it does that. So
that's right. People know me as a cough.
Oh, there's your turkey club. Look at that.
I have 5 too.
Oh, snap. That looks good.
Delish.
Damn. Give them a call, 772-770-2277 or CAPS, capspizzamenu.com. Tell them TGI Now sent you 10% off. They've been knocking out pizza since it was Caps Corner in 1987.
Yeah.
Caps Corner. Now it's Caps Pizza and Pub. Never packed again tonight.
They always, man. Let me tell you something. They serve great food, and it's just a great place to go, man.
It is.
That community there is rocking, bro.
Yeah.
Football season is back.
Yeah. No,
they really packed in there.
They do the live show there at the little back, the front room there, and they got everybody in the back room too. It's pretty awesome. There's a lot of people there.
Check out Caps, man. They're over there by 27th and Oslo.
Yep. Tell them TGI Now sent you. They'll take care of you.
They take 10% off.
10% off. Hook you up.
10% of today's economy will be good, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for the economy to pick up.
The big, beautiful bills kicking in, right?
Yeah, because I just rented a place and I'm not paying property tax.
Yes, look at that. All right.
No property tax on commercial property.
So it's the big, beautiful bill. All right.
Can't beat it.
Now we just got to get rid of
something.
taxes.
I mean, it's saved me.
Get rid of everything.
Right? Wow. It saved me. Oh. Almost a few $100.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Can't beat that.
I'll take it.
I'll take it any day.
Yeah.
Any day.
So I'm driving around talking about stuff. I'm driving around. I see gas for $287, $325. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know.
What's going on?
It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. I talk about it with the guys at the BMW.
And then it's $267 in other states.
Yeah.
It needs to be $1, $1.50.
They know they can do it too.
I know. I've been saying that. I've been saying it.
We got all this oil. I mean, Trump said that we got all this liquid gold under us.
know.
Give me some.
Right. That's part of the abundance, right? You know,
it's coming. I know it's coming because I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it in my heart, bro. I know that this new shop is going to kick ass. Right. I already know. You know, it's going to be on 686 Old Dixie.
Okay.
Inside the industrial plaza. I have a corner spot, little spot, like I had initially.
All right.
You know, I made the most money when I had the little spot.
Yeah.
You know, the gym was an amazing thing I did. I really feel good that I had the gym in the years that I've kept it and the lives that changed through it.
Mm-hmm. Because
a lot of lives have changed in that gym. And I met a lot of amazing people.
Yeah.
But I could tell you this, that working at a Renfro's House of Gains has been an absolute pleasure.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I pay him for training there, very little. You know, he handles the insurance and everything else. And my clients love it because it's like my gym on steroids.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
So, I mean, really, I'm things have just been really getting good, you know?
Yeah.
Still having some issues personally, but other than that, you know, things are getting good.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
You know, I have so much gratitude.
Yeah.
you know, and gratitude is what brings you up to a higher frequency.
And that was in the video I sent you too.
Yeah, I know. It was a great video, by the way.
Yeah.
Wealth is something, and that's what the video was talking about. Wealth is something that we create, you know, because if being a hustler made you wealthy, that means all these construction workers and all these people that bust their ass will be rich, but they're not. Mm-hmm. So working hard doesn't make you rich. Mm-hmm. You got to be it.
Yep. That's true.
You got to be it. There has to be, you have to have that aura of wealth. Yep. Putting it out there. Like today I had an amazing, like after I listened to the, to the video you sent me, which was really good. Thank you. Uh-huh. I went to the tabla and I was talking to some of the VIPs there. And you know something? I felt the confidence where a couple of weeks ago, I probably wouldn't have felt like I'm going to talk to these people. I'm not there, because I got really down. But things are different. You know what I mean? Because when you start thinking abundance, really thinking abundance and practicing it, visualizing yourself with abundance, take 10 minutes and visualize it every day. Practice and you'll see how it'll come. I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly, bro, that the things that we think about, we are. You are what you think you are. Let's put it that way. True. You are exactly what you think you are.
No, that's true. Once you dissolve your ego and you realize that you're not this body and you're just your energy operating this body, and that's frequency. So you're emitting a frequency, and that's what you're receiving. You're receiving the light codes that are coming in from the sun, and you're out there in the sun. You're doing your thing. You're doing your videos, but you're receiving that energy too, and you're just giving it right back because we're one with this place that we live, wherever this is. Whatever you want to call it, flat, round, we're one with it, that's it. We belong to it just as much as it belongs to us, or, and that's what's happening. The world's changing. The world is changing very rapidly, and people are, people see that, and that's why, like you said, they're changing the way they look at things. They're allowing God back into their lives. We're taking that energy back, that Christ consciousness that's coming back onto the planet. It's reviving. It's a revival. And then the next 7 years are going to be the years of amazing times. That's what it basically comes down to, the calculations. The first 7 years we went through, and now we're going to go through the next 7 years, and it's going to be completely opposite of what we lived through the last 7 years. The complete opposite, It's
going to be great.
Yeah, and that's when we won't even know what we have no idea, because we've never ever experienced what's coming. We've never experienced anything like it. The reevaluation of our currencies, the reevaluation of our the way we do business, the way we operate, the way we do, we conduct, transactions. It's all going to change. It's all going to be completely different. This time next year, it's going to be completely different where we're living. I feel it definitely, for sure. After all these years of doing this podcast and seeing what's coming, and the election this time last year, we were talking about the election and all that. Now it's like, look where we're sitting.
Yeah. We're sitting in a good place, man.
Yeah. Well, we talked a lot of uncertainty a lot of times with a lot of our podcasts, because we weren't sure of what was coming and what we were headed for. But that was just a warning for ourselves, to get ourselves ready, to be prepared, be vigilant, like you said.
Yeah, gotta be vigilant. But vigilant. Being vigilant is something you should do in life anyway.
Well, yeah,
there's a lot of angry people out there too.
Exactly.
Well,
those are the bots in the Matrix.
Yeah,
those are the Mr. Smiths that you're dealing with. You're dealing with that type of energy. That's an energy that you're dealing with. You come in contact with somebody, you kind of know right away, like, oh, I gotta go the other way. You just like, I just can't deal with this.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I can't go the other way. I'm just, hey, bro, take that shit somewhere else.
Take that shit somewhere else. No, sometimes you gotta do that too, especially if it's your space. They this fucking microphone, this wires. I can feel it kicking out. Yeah, something ain't right. There we go.
Well, I want to read something.
Yep.
Go ahead.
We talked about faith before, and I just want to continue on that note for a minute. And in the book of James, because I told you I went to a Bible study today, and they're studying the book of James, so they're on the first chapter.
Okay.
6:30 in the morning is you got to be up early, which was kind of nice. You got to show effort.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so one of the things that I read in the book of James that really hit home to me is in the beginning, the second verse in the book of James. Now, James is the brother of God. So imagine a scenario. James being Jesus's little brother.
Mm-hmm.
So can you imagine being Jesus's brother?
Right.
I mean, Jesus got to be the favorite.
Right.
He's God, for God's sakes. Right?
Yeah.
But you don't know this.
Yeah.
But yet, he gets all this favor, everything. He's perfect.
Yeah.
And that's your brother. So you got to so you can imagine, he probably was left out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, he says, consider it pure joy, my brothers, when you are faced with trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be able to be mature, complete, and lack anything.
Huh.
You will lack nothing.
Huh.
Again, we go back to abundance.
Yep.
Because when we have the spirit of lack, we won't have. We have to have the spirit of abundance. So here, we have to consider it pure joy when we go through these tests. Oh my God. So our faith is being tested.
Yeah,
so bills come, oh my God, what's coming? No, they're getting paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Conscious, think positive, think because that's the testing of your faith.
Yeah, that's true.
When you face many trials, you lose someone. Oh my God, I just lost someone that I care about.
Yeah.
But that's okay because they're in a better place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you face these trials, we have to consider it, as the Bible says, pure joy.
Pure joy.
We're not talking, it didn't say joy.
Yeah.
Consider it joy. He emphasized and said pure joy.
Huh.
And this is James, the brother of Jesus.
Yeah.
After Jesus was already risen and he became a missionary himself.
Yeah.
Because, hey, you've seen it.
Huh. Wow. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's in the book of James, man.
Wow.
It says, blessed the man who perseveres under trial, because when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. So a crown is saying that you're going to be a king.
Yeah.
You're going to be in charge, a leader.
Wow.
Right? That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
That when you preserve it, when you go through the trial, right, and you stand fast, he's going to give you a crown.
Yeah.
What's a crown signify? Abundance.
Wow.
A king has abundance.
Yeah.
So you will lack nothing when you go through the test and when you get trials. Because people think, I'm a Christian, I'm not going to get tested. Oh, man, you're crazy.
Yeah.
More tests are coming.
Yeah, there is. You're right about that.
Up for this.
Yeah.
One of the things, one of the things that Charlie Kirk,
you signed
going
up
back,
this.
Charlie Kirk signed up for when he said this prayer.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible.
Uh-huh.
He said, "Here I am, Lord.
Yep.
Send me."
Yep.
When you say that, you're telling God, put me out there.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
That's a prayer that you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Because God hears every word that we say.
Yeah.
Every word God hears.
Yeah. Wow.
The same way with the universe. You want the universe to give you, it hears what you say. So if you say I'm broke, it's going to give you broke because that's what he thinks you want.
Yeah.
I am wealthy.
Yeah.
When you look at me, don't you see the wealth in me?
Yeah.
Believe it.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to write a big check. It's there.
It's there. Yeah.
And I know bigger checks are coming my way.
That's right.
Because I'm receiving this abundance.
Yeah.
I am not going to reject it like I have. Oh, I'm good. We can't do that.
Yeah.
Don't settle. We are here to live an abundant life. God says that I will give you life and that abundantly.
Yep.
That the devil comes to steal from us, destroy us, murder us.
Yep.
God has come, Christ has come to give us life And that life in the Bible, it says more
I
abundantly.
just read it the other day.
You read
I
it.
just read it the other day.
So you know.
I already just read it. I've been reading it.
I'm not saying I'm not that smart.
Every day, no, I've been reading it. I've been getting in it. I've been seeing it.
Telling you, bro.
And that's why, and that's why I know that whatever's coming next, and like Rondell said, we signed up for this. That's what's coming next is going to be the best is yet to come. It's going to be wild.
Get your mind right. That's all we can say.
That's it. Get your mind right. I mean,
I can tell you this: when you wake up in the morning, Rondell, and I recommend this to all listeners, when you wake up in the morning, invite God into your day. Try it. As soon as you get up, before you brush your teeth, you open up your eyes.
Do every day.
God, I invite you into my day. Say it outwardly. God, like He's there because He hears you. He's there with you all the time.
Yeah.
God, I invite you into my day. Like, come hang out with me. Don't stay in the house. He's not going to stay in the house, but you think He's there because you didn't invite Him. But let Him know, I want to walk with you. I mean, who doesn't want to walk with God? And we can do it every day because He's with us every day. Why not walk with Him every day? Why ignore Him? Why do things that you think He's not seeing when He's right there with you?
And that's what I do every morning. Like I told you, like you said the same thing. Every morning I get up, I say, I am one with God. I am sovereign, and I am free. And being free is my birthright. Yeah. And then I announce the words 12, 12, 12 because that's my birth date.
But what I'm telling you to do is say, God, invite Him into the day. Like, come hang out with me.
I mean that, but I'm saying I'm one with it. So whatever comes that way is I'm one with God at that moment.
So, but that's what I've been saying lately. I've been inviting God to my day. Let's hang out. Because I need you. Because I could tell you this. I did lose the gym. And that hurt a bit. The shop had to close down. I'm getting a new shop, and things are going to be better. However, I'm good. However, it hurt because, and I'll say this outwardly too, I put the gym and that life before anything else. True story. And it led me to a different path because, in the book of Proverbs, it says, in all your ways, acknowledge me and I will direct thy path. And I didn't acknowledge Him, so I went through a different path. And in that path was destruction and catastrophe. And the collateral damage was my shop in the gym. And that's okay because I learned something from it.
You hit the table? Somebody hit the table?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
So really, you just have to be, I don't know. I try to keep it simple. You know what I mean? And I'm just grateful. I don't need to feel validated by man because God validates me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
But that's the problem with the world is that they need that worldly validation.
Well, of course, and that's what Rondell. What did Rondell just say? You better get your mind right.
That's it.
That's what's
coming. That's all you can do because you're gonna take your lump. Can you please get the fuck back up?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I ask. Yeah. After you take that lump, can you please get the fuck back up? We got more shit to do.
That's what's coming.
Because some people, I don't have friends that
ain't happening.
They didn't do it. They just said fuck it.
Do you know that this podcast is our faith in action? The Bible says that faith without deeds is dead. This is our deed. We've been doing it for 4 years, telling people the truth. This is faith in action. Believing that people are listening, believing that they're getting the message, and believing that they're getting the truth.
Well, no doubt.
Yeah.
No, there's no doubt about that.
Because the truth is the only thing that's going to make you free.
Yeah.
A lie won't do it. Money won't do it. It's only the truth.
Yeah, you're right. No, I see that every day. I mean, that's why we, our motto was come in and speak your truth, and that was a big part of why we brought so many guests in. And when we were down at the cave, the old cave, because we were bringing in people to speak their truth at that time, we gave them a platform to open their mouth and say what they feel and get it off their chest. Like we do this every week. This is therapy for us.
Right.
We do this every week. It keeps us in check. It keeps us keeps us awake and aware. It keeps us vigilant. And that's why we do it. That's the whole point.
Here you are. You're saying that, and I'm reading in the next chapter, the book of Peter, as you're talking.
Yep.
God's just directing me, and He says here, "But you are a chosen people." I was thinking about us.
Yeah.
But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood. I always said you are the minister of truth. A holy nation. That's us, because a nation is different variety of races.
Yeah.
Right? A holy nation. A people belonging to God, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness, okay, into the wonderful light. Once you were not a people, but now you are the people of God. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. See, so what is He saying? Is that if you live in the dark, there's no mercy for you.
Yeah.
Think about it. God's mercy, none. Because you live in darkness, your choice. There'll be no mercy for you.
Yeah. I think
that's very sad. That's very scary.
I think that's what's coming for a lot of these demons.
No mercy.
No mercy.
I think that's what's coming.
But we are a chosen people.
Yeah.
Like I always said, I believe that we're one of the 144,000 here to minister and tell the truth to many, that they may come to know the truth and come to the light.
Yeah.
We don't talk about darkness. We know that the darkness is evil. We speak about evil in every podcast.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You have to know the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is good. Evil is the lie.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. And we pointed out a lot of those lies over the last 249 podcasts.
And I have to tell you, I've lied my ass off.
Yeah.
I have, bro. I've lied so much that it was a point in my life where I had no identity. I didn't know who the fuck I was, bro. I lied so much.
Mm-hmm.
True story, bro. Like, people know me in the car business know that if I'm speaking to a Jamaican brother, my verbiage changes.
Yeah.
I start talking like I'm Jamaican.
Yeah.
If I speak to someone from Israel anyway, I mean, I could speak, a few different languages. So I was speaking in Hebrew.
Well, think about it though. Like you were like a Mr. Smith. They were using your vessel as a Mr. Smith. You were an open vessel, and the spirits were using that vessel to do those things, to manipulate and to lie and to do things that you normally wouldn't do.
Though. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
So,
and that's what Mr. Smith does.
But think about this. Paul speaks about the chameleon.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't lie. Paul says, to the weak, I have become weak.
Yeah.
To the strong, I have become strong. To the rich, I have become like the rich. I have become all things to all people to win them.
Yeah.
See, and he did it without falsehood.
Yeah. He did it just by being authentic.
Right. So the last 2 years of my working in the car business, I was on the internet, and I really enjoyed it because you really can't bullshit customers.
Ain't no lying.
There's no lying in it.
Yeah.
Everything's right in front of you. We
Yeah.
make the arrangement over the internet.
Yeah.
You come in, just pick a color.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I liked about the internet, the integrity of it. And that's why a lot of people shop on the internet.
And that's why I got taken away too from you. Remember, because that's what you had to stop working there.
Yeah.
So there was a reason for that.
Well,
yeah. But there was a reason. That was like your last, your final.
Right.
tally.
That was it. Like I was able to leave a good mark.
Exactly.
In the business.
Exactly.
So people still call me for cars.
Exactly.
So yeah, I was able to leave a good reputation in it. And if I would have left the way I was, this guy was a shyster, bro. There's customers who I still see in Vero Beach before I was on the internet, dude.
You know you did it wrong.
Bro, I fucking screwed him back, bro, and I made a ton of money. Bro, I was at Jalisco's the other day.
Oh man.
Bro, when the customer saw me, bro, I thought he was gonna choke my ass, bro. I think he was still driving that $800 payment.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Well, now
bro.
that's a good payment.
Well, now it's a good payment. Back then, you know, for a
I know,
Corolla.
I'm kidding.
You know what I mean?
I'm kidding. I know. That's funny.
800 on a Corolla.
8 years on a Corolla, dude.
I see you, man. That boy gave me a mortgage.
Oh, yeah. It's horrible. But the thing is that, so just to get back to truth, is that once you tell the truth, you don't have to worry about those things. But I've lied a lot, dude. I have, man. Shit.
Haven't we all?
Man, manipulated, lied, fucking, what they call gaslight, all that bullshit.
Gaslight.
Yeah, somebody told me, don't gaslight me. I was like, huh? I had to look it up. I did.
Don't gaslight. No, that's funny.
Yeah, it's manipulative.
Well, that's a
manipulation.
narcissist statement, though.
Yeah.
Too. So I don't know
gaslight.
whoever told you that.
Yeah.
Well, I know that people think I'm I think. Hold on. Have you ever taken the test for narcissism?
No.
I did.
Yeah.
You got it.
No, I don't. Actually, it said I was an empath.
Remember when we were talking about those people who know that just know?
Yep.
So today I went in the Dollar General. I needed a comb. I broke the comb trying to comb this shit this morning. I went in the Dollar General. I'm looking, and they don't open until 8:00. So yeah, my matrix fro. So they don't open until 8:00. The lady, she's setting up shit outside the door. I'm seeing her walking around. I'm just like, yeah, this lady played basketball. I just know she played basketball, and she was good. I know she was good. I'm gonna ask her. I see her posture, just her posture, just show me this lady. Yeah. She tall, old lady. This an old lady. I was like, "Who you play basketball for?" She was like, "Who? How you know I play basketball?" I said, "I just see how you walk, your stature, everything. I know you play basketball." Yeah. She was like, "I did play basketball for South Carolina for Gamecocks." I was like, "What?" I said, "I knew it just the way your stature is." I said, "I see you moving the things around." Man, I just knew it. I was like, "That was crazy."
That's
she was
cool,
like had a whole little conversation. I was like, God. I got that. Like, I just know, like, it's just certain people, bro. Like, I could just tell, like, this is gonna be a shiesty little fucker. Like, I just meet you, and I
know, it's funny you say that.
I give everybody that benefit of the doubt until you open your mouth, and that's how easy it is with me. As soon as you speak.
I spoke about you today, by the way. Like I told you about the VIPs.
Oh yeah.
So I was talking to some VIPs at a table, right? And they mentioned Zeke. Now, you know, I'm friends with Zeke. So we were mentioning breathing and everything else. And I mentioned you. And they knew you. So I said, yeah, Zeke Mata, you know, and I do a podcast with Rondell Ben. Yeah, Rondell Ben. Didn't he go into the Navy? Didn't he go play with the Navy?
Oh, that's funny.
Because he this is a guy that goes to all the football games.
Yeah. So he remembers.
You know, he's one of those people. Like Judge Wilder's another one. He's always at football games. So
around here, bro, you do something. Sports is really
sports. Like a local high school football game is big. You know how it is out here. It's huge. I mean, Cat's Pizza right now is sponsoring them, which is awesome. But anyway, so they talked about, you know, Coach Mata. You know, they spoke about Holmes. You know, how great Holmes was when he played pro. I mean, he was awesome. He played with the Giants. So they were talking about all that, and you came up and, you know, so when I mentioned your name, it was nice that he said, yeah, I remember Rondell Benton. I think he went to go play because you got, you know, you got a scholarship to go to play with the Navy. Yeah. You know, so I was saying, yeah, you know, Mata, you know, Zeke went to Notre Dame, and, you know, Rondell went to the Navy. He says, yeah, you got a lot of good. I said, my son played, but he was more of a, you know, like whenever they needed him, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he was always part of the team, Josh. He was very much like the lifter, lifting people up. Come on, you got this, you know. So, you know. But anyway,
teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork. Nice. But just to show, you know, a lot of times we leave an impact and not even realize it.
Oh yeah,
you know. Doubt. So as Christians, that's the impact we have to leave. Mm-hmm. You know, like. What really impressed me about Charlie Kirk that I didn't really know, you know, you see these people on TV and they do all these things, podcasts, but how are they really? And everybody that spoke about him said the same thing. They all said that he was a very intelligent young man, never lied, had integrity, and loved God, loved family and his children. And he had a passion for the young men.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody said it, you know. And one thing I enjoyed about Tucker said when he first met him when he was 18, he didn't really like him.
Yeah.
He thought he was like, this kid don't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
Then he got to know him.
Yeah.
And him and Tucker spent a lot of time talking. Because Tucker's an intelligent person, but Tucker said the same thing about him.
Yeah.
So that's what impressed me. All the people that went to his funeral made me wonder how many people will come to mind. No, I'm just saying because we have to leave. He left an impact, bro. He's going to be in the history books.
100,000 people at his
But
stadium.
do you understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I know. It's just,
that he left an impact.
I know. Well, in that stadium stadium's had Super Bowls in it before. Never had that many people in there.
That's what I'm saying. Is that he had all kinds of people there worshiping and praising God.
Because what that lady say in the video we played in the beginning, that God uses something bad for a good reason to start to help.
Same thing happened to Christ, except Christ was written and Charlie Kirk isn't.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is that you don't need him to be risen. That's the thing. Because his death made him more popular. And I hate to say this, you know, because of Erica, his wife, but his death made him more popular and made his message so much stronger.
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, 100%. You know, I mean, and I think that's what you're witnessing. Remember, I told you God's already said it's already over, but he's showing us how he did it. So this is part of the showing us how he took care of evil by doing these things, even though it could be for bad, it's used for good. Unfortunately, you know, that's what has to happen, you know, that's what sucks about the whole process. But you see the impact that it's made and you're like, oh, wow, look at that. Like, it's like a little revival starting up and 100,000 people at a football stadium to honor this 31-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But that's what's happened. That's what you're seeing happen. And we're going to see more and more of that type of situations happen. And it might be some catastrophic events, but you're going to have to do what? You're going to have to observe. Don't absorb it, you know, observe it, the situation, don't absorb it. You know, that's all it comes down to. And that's, you know, protecting your mind, you know, protect your mind and control your emotions when these things go down. Get your mind right. Like Rondell said, it's getting to that point. You know, we're not going to be sitting around here next year talking about like, you know, fucking all this bullshit, you know, crap that's going down. I think it's going to be a whole different place this time next year, you know. I think we're going to be in a whole different frequency. There's a whole different world that's being built right in front of our eyes, and we just have to have the eyes to see it and to see it coming. You know, and that's the beauty of it, because the best is yet to come. You know, wake up and live. You know, wake up and live, Eddie.
Oh, I already know,
right?
I'm trying not to live a life of regret. Like I regret that happened. I don't want to do that.
No, I've seen that.
Because that'll just bring you down. You have to look at experiences that happen, good or bad, as just that experiences. Yeah. They were just things that happened, things that shifted your life, took you for a little ride. Now it's like you're walking and somebody goes like this. They bump you, and then you just walk away. You just keep on walking to the bump. That's what people and things that happen in life are. They're like that bump, and they just, you know, you could get back on the path, but it takes you off the path for a while because of the bump, the person.
Absolutely.
And you keep, and you can't be in regret.
Well, yeah.
You have to look at it as that. It's just part of life. Things that happen, people that you meet, who you go through, you know, and a lot of it sometimes, hey, you know, it's sad departure. But it's part of life. You know what I mean? Absolutely. It's just, you know, it sucks, but it is what it is, you know? You can't, you know.
There's a bigger plan.
There's a bigger plan. There's a bigger picture. There was a reason why that person, or that thing, that situation happened.
Absolutely. I mean, that happened with my buddy Howie. You know, he had that situation with his friend. You know, he was mentoring to sobriety, and then the guy ended up killing himself. Yeah. But he told him that he needed to do these things and spread his message before he passed. And that's what Howie does now. And it wasn't for that guy doing what he did to himself, he wouldn't be doing the things he's doing right now. So that's a perfect example.
That's the, I said it before, you know, people say, yeah, God allowed that suicide. You know, people say, so why didn't God stop him? Didn't stop the bullet. He will sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But God watched that suicide. Remember what I said earlier about the devil, the evil one. He comes to rob, kill, and destroy. So if he robs you of your joy, right, and he destroys any inhibitions you may have in your life, you take your own life because you just want it over. And that's his purpose. And we need to be vigilant of that. That's how come we need to think differently. I always tell people, change your mind. Yeah, I feel it. Change your mind. Just change it. Think of something else. You know what I did the other day? I was driving. I was by myself. Kind of nuts. But I'm driving, right? What was I going? I think I was going to Fort Pierce. So no, I was on the highway. So anyway, so I'm driving, right? And I put a smile on my face. Just
I remember you said that.
Yeah. I put a smile on my face, and I did it for the ride. And I got to tell you, that made me feel good. And I wasn't feeling good. That's why I put the smile going in my, I was falling into my dump. And I put the smile on, and it just changed everything. Because what happens is this, is that you end up changing your mind.
So you're doing it for yourself, not only telling other people, but you did it for yourself.
But who does that? Remember, if you have a God conscience, that happens because God doesn't want you to be depressed, because depression is not of God. Neither is anxiety or worry. All these things don't come from God, because if we have faith, we have that surety. We know. And if you know, you know, right?
Exactly.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. There you go.
The truth.
There you go. No,
you know.
Right? There you go. That's true. I mean, and that's, and that's why they prescribe medication for people that got depression or their anxiety. That's all by design, to give you the pharmaceuticals so that you depend on that.
This may not be very godly. I found out that Charlie Kirk was totally against weed. Totally against it. But this is my meds, dude.
And it's a plant.
Because and it's a plant. It's natural.
It's not a pharmaceutical.
It's not gabapentin.
No.
I mentioned this before. It's not Wellbutrin. It's not trazodone or cytopaxil.
No.
You know what weed does for me? Weed lets me watch myself. Like, I get to watch myself. Like, literally, if I was when I was sober, like before the weed, I didn't question shit I did. Like, I would do shit and then be like, damn, maybe that was messed up.
Well, alcohol make you do shit the
alcohol really, and then just drinking it just made you worse. Like, so weed really like helps me like put myself like
in perspective. Exactly.
Like, I judge myself, like not even judge myself. I watch myself.
There you go.
See, so what you're saying, in other words, is that weed makes you more inward.
That's what you have to do.
And that's what happens to me when I'm sober. And that's very rare, because I get up and I take my pills before I even hit the street. When I'm sober, again, very rare, in the morning before the pills hit, I'm looking outside of me. When I'm high, not high, when I'm regular, I say regular.
Yeah, okay.
I'm inward. I'm focusing on me. I'm focusing on my words. I'm focusing on the things that I need to do. Because weed makes me forget. It makes me think more about the things I have to do, where I don't rely on it if I'm not. Like, I think I got it. When I know I don't, I'll forget. You know what I mean? True story. I mean, I can admit that. But what I'm saying to you is that weed does it does bring it inward, like you just said.
No, it definitely does. I mean, I didn't start smoking until I was a lot older in my life too. I stayed away from it.
I was 9.
Yeah, no, see, I stayed away for a long time. I didn't start smoking until I was like
9 years old.
My late 20s, early 30s.
First time I smoked, I was like 13.
Yeah. So,
and then you didn't go back to smoking until after you like 17, 18.
No, I didn't go back to smoking until like 23.
Yeah, when you came out of the military. Yeah, you're right. I know that. You didn't smoke. We used to blame Ron, though.
Bro, they
I
literally
know,
used to
and they
burn
tell
that
me all the
shit so
time. I know. You the black
I'm just
dude.
looking at them like,
You know, it's like
No, it wasn't because he was a
I
black
know. I'm
dude.
just kidding.
nah, it's just I wasn't around much, so
Right,
it's an easy
so-
person
so
to fucking blame. I
my
come
wife-
in the house and I'm like,
My wife couldn't smack him,
I know. That's funny.
but she could smack Josh.
It's not Josh.
God.
she
That's fucking classic.
wanted to.
Oh,
It
my
looked
God.
like weeding at Rondell.
I know, right?
And I knew it because I was the one back there smoking with Josh.
I know.
I mean, yeah, I've been smoking with Josh since he was 16.
God.
Walking
So,
the house looking crazy.
yeah,
Like, I just got here. What y'all talking about?
Right.
Rondell.
Josh,
God.
Eddie like this.
Shut up. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God. That's fucking classic.
What the fuck? What did I just walk into?
That's fucking great. That just walked into. Oh my God. I can blame it
Yeah.
on Rondell.
Blame
Wow.
it all around
Yeah, we're over an hour. Yeah, it's an hour.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
You know what I just caught, and I'm going to put it out there, maybe silly to most, but it's not to me because I was just talking about the crown, remember?
Yeah. No, I thought I was really intrigued by
Yeah.
that because I was reading some stuff.
So I just noticed my son's crown that I
oh
put on
yeah,
my
look
arm,
at that. Yeah.
and it says "Create yourself."
Did you just do that too?
I did it when I went to Colombia.
Oh, see, that's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
That's a synchronicity right there.
Wow,
That's what that
and
is.
That's what that is because as I
That's
did
not a
that, I said,
coincidence.
"Wow!" It just came to life.
No, yeah, it did. That's exactly what that is. That's
wow,
not a
it's
coincidence.
amazing. So
No.
God has given me the crown of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
have to receive it, put it on,
Yeah.
and be it.
Yeah. There you go.
Be the wealth.
Yeah.
Be the success.
That's what's happening.
Be it.
That's what's happening.
Nah,
Well,
the crown don't fit. It's too big. Take it off. My crown looks great on me,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Hey, you just got it. Looks great. It looks great on you right there. There it is. You already got it. Oh, that's good. Wow, that's good. That's a good way to
Yeah.
send out the show. That's really good. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not that's not a coincidence.
No.
It's not. You know.
And again, I just want to put it out there. I would like to, if again, Romans 10:9-10. If
I
you're
read that. I read it
curious-
the other day. Yeah.
If you're curious about how to get into this, how to
Yeah.
just be a Christian, it's simple.
Yeah.
It says, believe with your heart and confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, and thou shalt be saved.
Yeah.
The rest will come. You'll want to read the Bible. You'll want to get to know him better.
Yeah.
But that's all you really have to do, I mean, because there's people who can't read who are saved.
Yeah.
They
It's true.
can't read,
It's true.
but they can hear. They want to hear things about God because at
Yeah.
this point they receive them and they want to know more about him.
Yeah.
So they listen.
Yeah.
And remember, faith cometh by hearing. So if you listen to the word on YouTube, they got the Bible on YouTube. You can just listen to it.
Yeah.
Listen to whatever book you want. I would recommend starting the book of John. But just believe in your heart and believe
Yeah.
that he was risen on the third day. There's proof of it. There's evidence, guys. This is in the history books. He's not in the tomb. They say that the apostles stole him, whatever excuse they want to give. Jesus was risen,
Yeah.
right? And if you
Apostles.
believe that in
That's
your heart and confess it, there's a story that the
That's the-
apostles
that's the-
came, they
that's the-
rolled the rock, and they stole Jesus.
That's the story they told on mainstream media back then.
Yeah. Okay. So,
The apostles stole them. We saw them. They
Yeah,
moved, they
yeah.
moved the
So it was
stone
all
and they
BS.
took them and ran
but
and threw them in
remember,
the water.
it was Mary and who saw the angel
Yeah.
who said, "Wait, he's
Cross
coming
his
back," and he showed the scars.
Yeah.
Touch him.
Yeah.
Remember, he hung out for a while.
Yeah.
He wanted people to see, and then he
Yeah.
was raptured like we're gonna be,
Yeah. That's crazy.
and he went into a celestial body,
Yeah.
the one that feels no pain, the one that could go through walls, the one that has no soreness, no inflammation, no nothing, just your amazing magnificence,
Your pure awareness. Your pure
Just-
awareness. Yeah.
amazing magnificence of truth.
Yeah.
You're just like a glowing light of truth.
Yeah. Wow.
No lie will come out of your mouth. It's impossible. It will be impossible for you to lie.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's a
Deep,
good one.
huh?
Yeah. That's good.
How amazing is that? All you got to do is believe in your heart and confess it.
So Mike from To The Point podcast said, we have room for a Christian spiritual podcast on IRC Media. We need Eddie for that. There you go.
Yeah, that is the
Yeah,
invitation that I did. What I said I was going to do.
There you go. See?
Yeah, I've been, a lot of times, I've lived a life of sin. I'm not going to stand here, I've done some horrible things, and Paul reminds me when he says, not to keep me from becoming conceited and puffed up, a thorn in my flesh was given. 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it from me, and he said, no. My power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I shall boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses for Christ's power to rest on me. Okay? Paul wrote that.
Yeah.
You know, and Paul says he forget those things which are behind. He presses forward towards those things which are ahead.
Yeah.
You know, we forget that the things that we've done. Because if you're forgiven, if you believe in the blood of Christ, that has that juice, that when he came to forgive you your sins. You believe that? Then the things that you've done in the past are gone. Yeah. So me doing a podcast, and people saying, well, Ed, you know, not so long ago, I know. Yeah. But God don't remember that. Why do you? Yeah. Yeah. You know, and then it goes back to that old saying that your opinion is none of my business. Yeah. It really is.
Real deal. Let me feel.
What you think of me is none of my business. Deal. You know, really.
It's true.
You know, that's okay. So get it out. You know, I don't care what you do with it. Remember, we gotta live our lives by the 4 assumptions, man. Be impeccable with our word. You can start today. You lied this morning. You can start today, right now. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personal. Just because somebody calls you stupid doesn't mean you're stupid. They may not even know you, but we'll take it personal. And don't make assumptions. Don't make an ass out of you and me. Don't do it. Don't make an assumption on people because we really don't know what people are going through. You know what I mean? And the best one, just try your best because we're going to fuck up.
The best is yet to come.
Right. Anyway, man, God bless y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for listening. Please share the show.
Share the show. We appreciate we getting a lot of listens the last couple podcasts because we got similar topics, so it's been good.
Yeah, it's been good, but it's been led though.
Yeah, it has. No, it definitely has been led.
It's been led. No, I got to be honest. It's been led. There was a moment there. I don't think I remember a thing I said because it wasn't me that said it.
No, I agree. These last few have been really good.
True story, man.
Yeah, no, we've been
being 100 with y'all.
They've been tight. Yeah, for sure. That was awesome.
Well, all right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Stay human.
Love, peace.
Love, peace, chicken grease. I thought we was waiting on you.
He said God bless like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. I'm hot.
Go ahead.
Love, peace, chicken grease, baby. We out.
We out.
Boom.